My dad says that, a person is what he wants to be and not what he has done. So I think Azhar has done a Pechakucha Night by himself by speaking of my profile. So let me start with my presentation. When the first of all, I have to thank the person who actually selected me to speak here. That's a leap of faith that he took. I hope I reward him. It was fun because when he told me that I had to present 20 slides at 20 seconds each, I was like kind of confused, and it kind of reflects the kind of life we lead, right? I mean, we have to do a lot of things and this very limited time. And the slides keep rolling on. So if I have to convert life into Pechakucha Night, what it would be? I would have 7 slides: childhood and youth and adulthood and family, so on and so forth, till retirement and death. Why did I put it up and? Because I never know when did I move from childhood and youth. when I was a youth, my mom still thinks I'm a kid, which is funny. But even as I'm evolving through each phase, I believe that there are 3 persons that also evolve within each person. The person you think you are, the person others think you are, and the person you really are. Okay, so the person you think you are your dreams, aspirations. People have this tendency to judge you by what you have achieved, but judge themselves by what they plan to achieve. So that difference actually shows up. But back in December 5th, I didn't have that problem because people thought I was a child with disability. I thought I was a child with disability, and I really was a child with disability. So what exactly did transform my life? There was one, what made the big difference? The simple truth is my parents didn't have any formal education. They came from a village and they moved to Hyderabad, and they told me the eternal truth. All you need is love. And what do I mean by love? It's not the man-woman love where, behind every successful man there's a woman. Probably she's the woman the man left behind. but the love that my parents gave me a lot of stuff, and which started, and we'll go through the various phases. It basically gave me education, courage, trust, wings to fly, skills, friendship, and probably made my life a celebration. So how did it happen through education? Well, schools refused me admit, but my parents never refused schools. They just kept pushing me and pushing me and pushing me and pushing me, and they probably scared principals. We didn't have Teach for India program then, so they just kept me pushing into schools. So the heroes were my parents, but the villain was an indifferent system, but the real winner was a hope. And by the way, hope in itself doesn't win a lot of situations, but it gives you enough time within which you can achieve what you want. Then I go to this corporate life, right? Amazing. I think enough has been said already. I don't want to speak in front of HRs, but it taught me one valuable thing: frustration. Okay. it probably teaches you more things than anything, and it also makes someone leave their job and take the leap of it. It's amazing what frustration can do. And I decided I'll quit and go to a place where it snows for 8 months of the year. Okay, and I thought US is what is shown on MTV, but I went to a place which is like a literal replica of Antarctica. And then there I kind of graduated, and I decided, in a country, if you speak of disability, no one cares. But if you jump out of a plane and say that I did this for the cause of disability, you get onto Amir Khan show, which is kind of funny. So I thought this is a brand problem that kind of happens in our country. Everything has to be sensationalized, and I thought, let's sensationalize it. Let's give people what they want, and not to forget friendships. This is something that everyone loves to have, but very few truly manage to have. And I was blessed to have some amazing friends who just didn't laugh at my dream, who just didn't criticize my approach, but just made it come true. The last but not the least, when I got into I.S.B, the most critical thing that they taught me was that it's important to have a skill that builds value to your life rather than just have a brand that pays you very high. And it was good that my parents pushed me into such a school all over again and trusted me in spite of all the things. So eventually, over my 20 years of journey, I learned that life is about the little moments, the big moments, the non-happening moments, the tough moments, and everything keeps changing with the time. The only thing you keep gathering is a guilt feeling that the time is passing away, and the sooner you start, the better it is. But the problem is, why don't we start? Why don't we start exploring multiple things? Research says this is Pakkinti auntie. What will she say if I take the leap of faith? Okay, she has like multiple comments to offer, because in days she doesn't have a Facebook account like Sarah does. But she literally knows everything about me, including the fact that I'm attending Pechakucha Night today. So so what she will say, if I take a particular decision, has more influence than what I really want to do in life, and that is probably because why I am what I am today, and why I'm probably not what I am. And why am I worried about what my Pakinta auntie will say? Because I am scared about being judged. The fear of being judged makes me do things that I really don't want to do, and I end up in places I don't want to be in. I act as if I enjoy things that I really don't enjoy, and I put up a smile and just get through my life until one day I realize, what did I live for? So, and this is what, and if there's a person who has overcome and care, there are people who put up t-shirts saying, I am what I am, I care a damn, for the rest I care a damn. And what happens is they go and do mistakes, and all of a sudden they are scared, and they believe that the society is right, and they get scared of taking up multiple decisions from there on. I would only suggest not to do that. In other words, my life taught me that the simple way to approach life is to dream shamelessly, hope foolishly, believe arrogantly, try passionately, fail miserably. That's something that will happen for sure, but learn endlessly, succeed historically, and probably, if you have the time, give back thankfully. Thank you so much for the PKN team for giving me this opportunity.